My suspicion is that somebody's benefiting from these trades. I mean, if you're in these penny stocks before Aphria announces their placements, and which drives the stock price higher, you're going to do very well. So I'm not suggesting anything untoward from the company, obviously, but it's just suspicious, and there are people who keep showing up in these little penny stocks.
Any names?
Well, there's a company called the Delavico Corporation. They put together Aphria. I know that because I was in that one early. And they are popping up as investors and consultants to some of the companies that Aphria has invested in. So again, don't know what's happening there, but clearly the opportunity for profit is there. And I think it's very bad optics for Aphria to be doing this. It doesn't reflect well, in my view, on management.
So Fabrice, based on what you said there, do you think now, as things have transpired over time, was that sort of a microcosm of something, that, of a culture where they're comfortable with the gray area, and over time we see Nuvera, then we see the Latin American assets, and the way this has sort of turned into a debacle for the company?
Look, I mean, my opinion is that they got lazy and dumb. They were making so much money doing this that they didn't care anymore. And to do this after you list in New York, now you're facing the SEC. Now, you know, they're bad, they're tough, they don't take prisoners, you know. And so what they're doing now is what everybody does when they're in trouble. They're resigning, and I think they've engineered a takeover because there's just too many ties between themselves and this company. And it's very small, that company. I forget the name of it.
Green Growth.
Green Growth, which has one store. That's it. But it's well financed and it's well structured, and you know, we'll see what happens. But this is typically what happens when, you know, the wheels fall off a deal like this, if you will. And it wasn't that hard. Like, this is what I want to say to people. You didn't have to dig that hard. I'm not that smart. I just looked at a deal they did, and I thought, what's going on here? This is not a good sign. And it's funny because after I was on BNN and I was on your show, and then I got a call from the company, and I had a meeting with them, and I said, look, Vic, why would you sell your stock 4 months after you invested in it? Why would you invest at a premium to market? Why would you sell it after 4 months and lose $6 million? And he said, well, there were some things that we didn't know when we made the investment. And I said, well, then you're admitting that you're not very good at due diligence. Then either way, it doesn't look good on you. In any case, you can draw your own conclusions. I don't think people are dumb. I hope the investors in Aphria do okay. I hope that this deal happens so that they can, you know, not get burned on it. But there's more of this going on out there. This is the most sophisticated of them all. But you have to be careful. It's a hot sector, and hot sectors attract, you know, shenanigans, and they attract lots of money. So don't feel like the entire sector is bad. It's not, but just be careful with what you do with your money. That's the advice you want to take away from this.